Welcome back to Barbecue with Greg. Let's put that meat on the grill. Let's get started. Well, hello there, barbecue friends. Today, we're going to be firing up the Louisiana Grill's Kamado here. We're going to be cooking up a pork belly. I'll show you step by step what I'm doing. There, I just want to show you, before I clean out my grill, here's charcoal from my previous cook. Now you can see almost all my charcoal is burnt right down. The difference being, this was my old plate that I had at the bottom underneath the charcoal. I replaced that with this charcoal basket. I find this charcoal basket gives me much better airflow and a much cleaner burn. If you're interested in this basket, I'll leave a link in the description. I'm going to clean this out, put some new charcoal. Look at that. I know this is going to be roughly a 4 to 5 hour cook here, so I want to make sure I got plenty of charcoal to last that long. We'll light that up, get that charcoal engaged. Alright, now we'll go prepare that meat. Alright, here's our pork belly, right from my local butcher. You can see I got fat cap on one side and the meatier side on the other. See those layers? So what I want to do here, I'm going to use a long serrated knife and we're going to cut just that fat cap all the way across. Now this is a really tough meat, so you're going to need a long serrated knife. We're not going to cut all the way through here, but what we're going to do when we get to the end, fold this up. Then we're going to cut down, spin our board around, and we're going to cut back the other way. About halfway through the meat. We'll cut all the way to the other end. All right. We'll lay it back on our butcher paper here. You can see we can open it right up, that full length. This one's called the cherry bomb. It's for beef and pork. This is going to add some spices and a little bit of sweetness. Then I got the money rub. This is going to give you that peppery garlic kind of flavor. So between the two, I find this works really well on pork. So we give the one side a generous amount of spices here. Put some of that cherry bomb on there. Do the same for the other side. Now what we're going to do is roll this up, but what we want is this fat cap to be on the outside. So we're going to start at the leaner end. Just roll that up. Now this is a great way to get all those flavors right through. And there we have it. We're going to set it right on the grill like this. For now, I'm just going to put it back in my butcher paper. Get all those spices back there. Roll this up. Just let that sweat in like that until our grill's ready. Okay, you can see our charcoal starting to engage there. What I'm going to do is close our lid. I'm going to move our upper dial here to about 1.5. Our lower vent, we're going to open to about 2 sets of holes. I'm also going to put my cast iron grate and put that kind of over top of our charcoal. And put our grill grate on the other side. Let's close our lid. We'll let the whole grill come up to temperature. Now our grill's been lit for about 10 minutes now. The dome temp is around 150 degrees. It's going to take a little bit of time to warm all those ceramics up and everything. At this point, I'm going to open this up. I'm going to put some whiskey barrel chunks in there. Give us a bit of a smoky profile in the meat. And we got our flame there, so I'm going to put this kind of directly over the flame. Something like that. Slide my grill grate back over. Now let's get our meat on. See all the flavor all rolled up in there. What I'm going to do is start this off right here. So we got our flame under our solid plate here. I'm going to put our pork belly here on the grill grate. Okay, so here we have it. Let's close our lid. My upper vent here, I'm going to go somewhere between the 0 and the 1. My lower vent, I'm just going to have 1 set of holes. Okay, just from previous cooks, I know the amount of charcoal I have in there and where my vent settings are. It should give me a temperature of around 250. It's going to level out around there and just keep going. So I'll see you when the 3-hour mark is. Show you what things look like, show you what I'm doing next. It's within the first few hours that the meat's really going to accept that smoke. We'll just let this do its thing. All right, we're now at the 3-hour mark. As anticipated, I got a dome temperature of 250 degrees. Now for the first 3 hours here at 250, because we're trying to get an interior temperature of just over 200, our temperatures are quite close in range. So that cooking at a lower temperature for a long period of time, really we're trying to bring the temperature up of that whole piece of meat at the same time, ideally. At the end of this cook, I want the crust on the outside, that fat layer, to be a little crispy. So in order to do that, I need to get the temperature of the grill a little bit higher. So what I'm going to do at this point at the 3-hour mark, I'm going to bump this up to just under my 1 mark. And on the bottom, I'm going to open it up to 2 sets of holes. Just slide that open. Just slide that open like that. All right, let's open it up, take a look. All right, now I got the solid plate here over my heat source, and the heat's coming up around to the pork belly. So what I want to do, I want to rotate this just like that. The other thing I wanted to show you at this stage, not so much that we're trying to get a temperature, but just how difficult it is to get the probe through the meat. I really got to push on that. And you can see we're only at 133, 132 degrees in the center of this. And again, we need to get this up over 200. So we're going to close our lid. We're going to give this another hour with those small vent changes. This is now going to come up probably 275, 300. In an hour, we're probably going to change our vent settings again, but we'll do a temperature check. By then, we'll know approximately how much longer this cook's going to be. So I'll bring you back then. All right, we're another hour into this cook for a total of 4 hours. Let's open it up, take a look, decide what we're doing. All right, well, our fat's starting to fall apart there. I should have tied that up. Anyway, maybe what I'll do, I'm just gonna roll this way, just like that. We'll leave it like that. We'll do a temperature check on here. Let's see how much easier the probe goes in. Much easier. Again, we've got an interior temperature of 170. All right, we'll close this up. We'll leave our vent settings right where they are. We're probably gonna be another hour. We'll come back, check on this, see where we're at then. All right, we're slightly under the 5-hour mark here. I got a dome temperature just over 300 degrees. Let's open it up, take a look. All right, here we have it. See, we got nice crust going there. Okay, here we have it, put that in. All right, it goes in ever so softly there. We're at a temperature of 194 degrees. Now looking at the darkness of this, I want to get that nice flavor from it, but I don't want to get a burnt flavor. So I think that's about as dark as I want to get it. The interior temperature does probe nice and soft. So I think we're ready to take this off. Gently take that off there. Now we are going to get some carryover temperature into this, so it is going to come up a bit. Then I'm just going to let it rest, let it cool. Now as far as the taste test is concerned, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm actually going to put this in the fridge. In the morning, I'm going to take some slices, put it on these tiny brioche buns. I'm going to top it up with some JP Smitty sauce because I know this will give it that extra kick. I'm going to share this with my coworkers. I'll see who wants to come on camera, try it, try to film some of them taking a bite, telling you what they think. We'll see how that goes, and we'll wrap this video up later. I started off with some fresh brioche buns from my local bakery. Slice that up, put butter on both sides, laid that out. Now it's time to slice into that smoked pork belly. Cut that up, put it each piece on each piece of bread, and make as many sandwiches as I can. Now I'm gonna top it up with some JP Smitty sauce. Put a little squirt of that on each one. It's just gonna enhance the flavor of everything. Okay, now I'll just add the upper bun, individually wrap everything, put it in the fridge, and bring it to work tomorrow. Now it's time to sit back, watch my coworkers try these sandwiches, and we'll see what they think.
I love Greg's pork.
Top dog. Awesome.
You can taste the smoke.
Oh, that's delicious.
Smoky.
Oh, real good.
This is delicious. Salty, smoky, perfect.
Should use the bowl with this sandwich.
Very good. Thanks, Greg. This is awesome.
Fantastic.
That's it.
Look at that. Moist and pink, just like we like
The
it.
saltiness is the best part. And I'm sure Dustin would agree with me on that one. Great job, Greg.
Barbecue with Greg.
Never go wrong.
Honestly, best moist, best smoked sandwich ever had. Triple A plus, whatever that means.
I'd like to thank all my coworkers for getting involved. It's always fun to share some great barbecue. I had actually done this cook the day before for my family, and it was so good. The next day I went back to my local butcher. My local butcher, Greg, said, "Didn't you buy a pork belly slab yesterday?" And I'm like, "Yes, I did, but I got to repeat this cook." My intention on this cook was to share it with all my coworkers. If I get a lot of likes to this video, I just might do another cook like this for all my coworkers. It was great to share some great barbecue with everybody, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching Barbecue with Greg, one of those barbecue cooking shows people watch on YouTube sometimes.